Welcome everyone to this tutorial video featuring a basic makeup look. Here's my friend and our model, Liv Kosminski, who was kind enough to join us on this day a few months back. Nikki Lambro, our friend, just did her ponytail that day for this look, and I'm just starting with some skin prep. Is going to be the first thing. Usually the first bit of color I do is with eyes, but I'll start with under eye, all over skin, primer, moisturizer. I'm using Bobbi Brown's cream blending brush that I also use for concealer, just to apply an even amount of under eye moisture and hydration. This is Bobbi Brown's hydrating eye cream. I like it as a daily moisturizer. It's a nice lifestyle eye cream. And then using the 159 brush from MAC, I apply light moisturizer. This brush is awesome. Each of the brushes I prep with, I tend to leave my product in the brush for a little bit of cushioning later. It'll sometimes help blend your concealer or foundation. So it's just a light veil. And all the skin is prepped with these two brushes that I'll come back to later. And then now we can start the eyes. I'm using a large brush and a powder shadow base, just because this is a basic look. That's Blank Type from MAC. That's a special palette I put together just for doing eyebrows, just being able to do any color of eyebrow, but the whole thing is neutral enough to use as just a great neutral shadow palette. I really pack it in all the way lash line to brow. When I apply things soft and even, I add kind of a circular motion or a little bit of a pivot. For our lid color, it's really just a neutral, a soft brown, nothing too red. Do all kinds of things, grays, warm grays. This is just a basic look. We'll use a basic color, and it's just for the lid. We're not doing any contouring or anything like that. And again, I'm doing little circles back and forth, so it goes on just soft and even, covering the whole lid area. I prefer to start with the eyes. It's something I started doing a long time ago when I started getting really frustrated with having to go back to fix concealer. If you work with a lot of like purple colors and shadows that fall out, it's all going to collect right at the height of the cheekbone and right at the base of the orbital bone on the bottom. It's going to create the exact look that you don't want, which is fresh concealer. So I really like to do eyes first, and if I can help it, concealer close to last. Now we're moving on to eyeliner. This is a gel ink in a pot with the MAC 209 brush. I like gels. They can provide kind of the softness of a pencil or a severe line that would otherwise come from a liquid. And just follow really close to the lash line. I'm just doing a tight line right into the lashes. Liv has extensions, so one thing we're not doing in this video is mascara. Hopefully that'll be something we do in a future video. Liv doesn't have extensions now. We did this a few months back. I almost never put mascara on the bottom lashes. I like to use that same gel liner and that same brush, and I'll just paint the outer third and just sort of blend back and forth until you can't really see it disappear in the middle. Just because mascara just never really has that flattering of a look. It doesn't really accomplish that much on bottom. Completing our eye, we move on to brows. Picking a brow color that doesn't have a lot of red in it. Big problem with a lot of brow shadows, or just brow products in general, is there's a lot of redness. Always be a little bit critical of that. I like to use an angle brush that typically the kind of harder the fiber on the brush is, the softer the shadow will apply to the brow. So you can just kind of build and build with it without doing too much. And then it's just back and forth. I add a little tiny bit of a U shape on the bottom, like little sweeps. It's very subtle. And then almost an arch shape on top, just in the brush stroke to follow the shape of the brow underneath and on top. Go in with a reloaded brush and a little bit of extra product just to add a tiny bit of wispiness to the outside, just to keep it soft, just because this is a natural look. Moving on to what might be the most important stage. Just before skin, we're doing our under eye concealer. We're not following a circle, but instead here's our points of a triangle going down the edge of the nose, back out to the edge of the eye. I always call this part here ground zero, where we just erase the darkness. Paint our triangle down and out. I blend a lot with the brush. Go a little tight into the lash line and just soften the edges before you go in, if you're warming up your ring finger, weakest in the hand, to just press really lightly along the edge and make all the lines disappear. Used a liquid foundation, going back in with the 159 brush. Really nice rounded dual fiber. This is the Fit Me foundation. And I apply nose out, chin out, and then excess above the brow. I blend with a little bit of a circular motion in areas, and that just hides lines. But really, once you get to all the outer edges, there's no makeup there and it just disappears into the skin. Once again, because this look is meant to look natural. I'm contouring and bronzing a little bit at the same time with the Maleficent sculpting powder and a little bit of a shimmer bronzer, mixing the two together just so our finished look doesn't have too much redness. So I go in with the fan brush to get a lot of precision of a shadow going down the lower half of the cheek. You can see I'm swatching kind of down and in. I always think of it as a shape of like a claw, where it's its darkest on the outside and it dissipates just as it gets to the apple of the cheek, where we'll next place our blush. Although this is a basic look and we're trying to go more natural, when picking your blush, really don't be scared of pinks that are very blue. Sometimes they can be so cool that they just, again, won't turn red. A lot of products are too red. A lot of blushes are very brown and rose. You think they're easier to use, but they can give you ruddiness. Where something like this, it still provides a natural look without giving you redness. So we have Live Smile and follow the apple. And then it just becomes a big blend between the concealer, the blush, and the contour bronzer. I'm doing a liquid lip color. It's a liquid lipstick. I made this one custom. It's got a little bit of brown, a little bit of rose, and a little bit of extra pink among those. Being a basic look, we're not really going outside of the lip at all. I'm just applying a little soft color, so our focus is very even. There's not as much focus just on lips and cheeks, not as much just on eyes. It's just an even, everyday, gorgeous look. Truly finishing this look with a little bit of setting powder and a large brush. We just go in the T-zone, erase a little bit of shine. And there you have it. Here's our basic makeup look. She's confident, she's camera ready. Hopefully you guys learned a few new techniques in your basic application. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day.